This morning. We're going to check in with Lindsey Boetsch, who is getting a little retro this morning.
Yeah, she's going back to college. Lindsey?
Hey, good morning, guys. Yes, we are in one of the dorms at Heline Hall. Sorry, I keep screwing that one up. But we're talking about how to decorate your dorm to make it feel a little bit more like home. And Chris Taylor joins me. What is the first thing that you need to know before you go off to college?
The most important thing is to look online at your university's list of things not to bring.
Mm-hmm.
Save yourself the trouble.
Yeah.
There's a whole list for most universities, like torch lamps. You can't have hot plates. There are other things like only one microwave in the room, one mini fridge, so you have to learn to share with your soon-to-be roomie. And you can even find the measurements, so that way you know about number 2, which is pick out what you want to bring and decide if it's realistic. It's extremely important because you don't want to show up with 3 times more stuff than what's going to fit in the room. Now, a lot of universities, and I think including Quincy University, allow you the opportunity to connect with the roommate you're going to be hosting in the fall. So it gives you guys the chance to get together and say who wants to bring the fridge, who wants to bring the microwave, maybe shelves, and some of the other things we're going to talk about and show you guys today.
Now, we are in, you said it's about 11 by 14.
About 11 by 14, yes.
And what are we going to do with this room? Because it looks pretty bare right now. We have 2 beds, 2 desks, 2 chairs, 2 dressers, pretty standard stuff here.
Well, I've challenged myself to use the least amount of money, purchase the least amount of materials, and make it feel the most like home. And that's our goal today.
Okay.
So we're going to kind of add some things here, come up with some creative storage solutions there, and make it work.
All right, getting your kids ready to go to college. Maybe it's your first kid going off to college. Maybe it's your 5th kid going off to college. This brings me back a few years, definitely, to when I first went off to college. And I definitely remember that day very, very well when I walked in and saw half of the room decorated, and then my half looked, well, like this.
Back, 2009 when Lindsey was in college? Oh,
No.
wow.
2005.
Takes you back to the days, and I'm so glad I don't have to live in one of those shoeboxes anymore. It's like cell size.
Friday. Lindsey Boetsch is with us now.
She is going back to college this morning, Linz.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we are talking about decorating a dorm room, and this is the dorm room that we're at QU. We're at Heline Hall, and we have Chris Taylor with us, who's been doing great work here, and you have a dry erase marker. I'm going to ask you what you're doing with this.
Yeah, I'm going to step over here. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
We've come up with some creative storage solutions, but quickly I wanted to show everyone at home. I know I like dry erase boards. They really help me stay organized. And I thought, how can I do something a little bit different? So I thought back in maybe June when I was here visiting, and we talked about duct tape. Now, if you're a duct tape crafter, this is perfect because I have all these extra rolls of duct tape that I don't get to use. And we discovered that it's actually perfect. I took some cardstock and wrapped it with my colored duct tape. And then you can just write on it. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yep.
You see? And then, of course, you need the eraser. But it's just
right
going to come right off.
So that's good for class schedules and stuff, and you don't have to go out and buy a whole dry erase board. You can just make your one at home.
Well, and you can do your need list, need to do, and then your want to do list, and try and decide which one might be more important.
That's a great idea.
Now, along with this kind of do it yourself or use what you've got idea, we're trying to do this on the cheapest budget possible for those college students out there. Everybody has some access to 6-packs. Okay, so I don't usually drink the soda, so we had to go out and get a 6-pack. But we came with a pretty creative solution. For those of you who have hangers that maybe you got from the store, because I always say, I'll take the hangers, that's fine. I don't want to pay for new ones. You can use the tabs and actually pull them off. And if you can see that there, you just hang it through. Now, you may think, oh, that's not really going to be very secure, but in actuality it is. I hung 2 pairs of my own heaviest, like winter weight jeans overnight in the closet just to make sure that it would work, and it did just fine.
That's awesome.
And then one other really easy tip with that 6-pack, the 6-pack rings hang up from the top of the hanger. For guys, you've got a tie hanger. For ladies, scarves, maybe some of your lightweight belts. You could do a handful of things, and you see, they just, if I can get it through here, they just pull right out. So we like easy, we like cheap, we like free, and great for college dorm. Save some space.
Never would have thought about that. And under the bed storage, they have those huge Tupperware pull things, but those can be really expensive. You found a cheaper option.
Yes, a lot of these beds are designed to be able to loft. With that said, they're also available to move up and down on their frames. So we move these beds up a little bit. Underneath, for $2, we bought laundry baskets. These laundry baskets are perfect storage. Shoes, dirty clothes, clean clothes, you can kind of break them up. So you're not taking up room with a hamper, which is great, so you're saving space, and you're making the most of your storage. We have 2 here for show, but we measured to fit. You can actually get 6 of these underneath a twin bed. And that's just a regular twin, not the extra long. So a great cheap solution. So for about $12, you could do the whole underside of a bed.
And that's an important thing to note too. If you need to make sure that you know what size bed you're going to have, because a lot of the college dorms have extra long twins, so you have to buy different sheets for those. So make sure you check with your college and make sure that you know what kind of bed that you're going to need sheets for. And we're going to show you the finished product here. We still have a little bit more to do here in this room, but really easy, really quick, and pretty cheap. We're doing this on a pretty tight budget. So we're talking about getting your kids ready for college, or maybe if you're going off to college soon, there are some less expensive options out there for you.
Tight budget, which most college students have.
Oh, which KHQA has, which everybody has these days. Well, Lindsey Boetsch joins us now. She's got the big reveal of the makeover.
Yeah, we sent her back to college this morning with the help of our friend Chris Taylor of Reconsume for You to kind of show you some nice, cheap ways to make a dorm room more homey.
Come on in. How does it look? Looks pretty good. We have done this on a $250 budget.
Yes, we did it for a total of $250. So if you connect with your roommate ahead of time and you can do some online pre-shopping, you can say, okay, well, I've got this much. Let's maybe split it down the middle. So I really like that idea. It gives you a cohesive space that's comfortable, and you can both really enjoy and relax in. Something we did do is a lot of people complain in this situation where I have a trouble with seating or getting my friends over. So we thought if you could get some big body pillows, it's really easy for you to turn your bed into like kind of a mini sofa. So it gives you the option to kind of stack up the pillows against the wall. We got some bean bags that slide underneath the bed, which is really nice and simple. It takes me back to when I was a little bit younger. I'm still in school, but bean bags are definitely not going to be in my room. But they slide really easily under the bed, so they're out of the way. And then just did some really basic storage. This we actually decided we were going to do a microwave on top, but for reasons we weren't able to have it there, but it's a perfect microwave stand. That shelving unit was like $19 in the garden center, and so when it really comes down to it, we wanted to find a way to do it in a stylish way, but on a real college student budget.
And really, all you need, aside from this, is your stuff from home. Your clothes to put in the closets and in the armoires and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, your posters and your photos of your family and everything else. But here, we made some artwork. This costs some duct tape that I already had at home, some little sticky letters, and 90 cents a piece for poster board. And just put together some like fun, inspirational quotes. You can't have enough of that around because college can get tough. When you're cramming at 3:30 in the morning and you have to stay up to 4 just to get that last bit in, sometimes you need something to kind of motivate you just to not take the easy way out and stop. I did want to mention there's one very important thing all college students should bring with them. I know we've talked about a lot this morning, but that is going to be extension cords. You want to go for one with a 3-prong outlet. Most dorm rooms, including this one, do have the grounded plug, which is fantastic for laptops, any type of tablet, or even your microwave or your mini fridge. But if you don't have one of these, like this room, we've got 4 outlets, which is great. But we are all plugged in, and so 2 outlets a person, it wouldn't serve me any purpose. So extension cords are a must.
What was the most expensive thing the most expensive items that you got?
The most expensive item I purchased was the bed in the bag set that comes with pillowcases, comforter, even your sham, and it does come with a bed skirt that ideally you could kind of chop up if you wanted to do something a little bit more creative with. That was $44 for the twin extra long. So that was pretty cheap, and I would say the least expensive would probably be the artwork and our little drawer organizers, which are great. Nowadays, we don't have the big computers on the desktop, so it's really nice to keep your study space clean and simple. That way you can spread out when you need to. You don't have to worry about, oh, I have to clean that up before I get to study. So, you know, you're prepped, you're ready to go. Everything's stored in a place where you can get to it easy and, you know, put it back when it's done.
And one more thing, the drapes those were fairly cheap as well.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. That is actually the cheapest thing we've done in the room. We stuck it up really quickly with just some sticky tabs from the store. That was actually a bed sheet that we bought for $5. You can't put up curtain rods in here because you can't put holes in the wall. So, you know, I would say $2.50 a panel. Don't judge, they're not exactly perfect because we did this all this morning, you know, between the time we first talked and now. So we just kind of threw it up. But once you get in with your roomie and you get comfortable, you guys can kind of zhuzh it and make it your own, you know?
Well, thank you very much, Chris, for doing this. This is really, really neat, and hopefully it gives you some ideas and your kids some ideas if they're going off to college here within the next few weeks. Actually, school starts pretty quickly, and it's great ideas for you.
It is a rough problem to have when you can't remember the cheapest thing in there.
Yep.
Saved a lot of money.